Okie dokie guys, so we're in the Rover 110 P4 and make sure I've got the right key in to start with. Have I? No, I don't. And I still don't by the looks of things. Haha. And just like that, it strikes up. Now, we'll take the mileage with a pinch of salt. It says 10463. Nobody's guaranteeing mileages unless there's history to go with them, so we can't guarantee them either. The smells in here, I mean, the leather, the wood, somebody said the musky smell there is. I mean, there's obviously going to be in a car of any age of this age, there's going to be bits of damp and different things over the years that have dried in, but that's the joy. Look at this, the bench seat. That's fab, bloody fab. And the beautiful Rover insignia on the clocks, the Jaeger clocks. And just taking over, just doing its thing. Now, bear with me because I want to put this in reverse, and for whatever reason, that's us. There we go. And I've killed it. Look, it just fires up again, and it's not like these cars are on battery packs or anything. If they need them, they need them, but this hasn't, and we've had it in a week. Clutch in, across, and up. There we go. I would need to do my driving test again in manuals, and unfortunately so many of the Classix are manuals. So we'll do a little scoot around here so you get the idea. A little bit different than the Jag. It does sound like it's running off. It's just missing a little bit there on one of the cylinders. But this car was being used on a daily basis up till it came into us last week by the owner. And I mean, okay, none of them like being sat. So even the few days that it's been in with us, it won't have enjoyed it too much. This is more of a sign of my driving and clutch control than it is with the actual car. I mean, we're in second gear now and it's lovely. So we'll get parked up and do a proper walk around. No power steering, guys, as probably won't be much of a shock to most of you, but the younger generation, I didn't have power steering when I first started, so I'm not so shocked, although it's quite heavy for parking sort of moves. But some of you will struggle, I think, with that. Okay, we'll knock her off and go for a wee nosy around. There we go. So, it ain't gonna win no beauty contests in the sense that it needs paint, but it's early 60s and it isn't restoration money. The guide's 1 to 2,000. It's MOT exempt, it's road tax exempt. Get it put into your name, get it registered online, you drive away from here, and it's something to tinker with over the winter and potter out to the shops with. You aren't going to be going anywhere in a hurry, but you'll enjoy yourself. And as with most Classics, there's a friendliness about them. People don't feel intimidated, they feel happy, they're drawn to them. Whether they're actually the cheaper cars, they're more drawn to than the more expensive. As I was about to say, the more expensive. It's not an old Rolls Royce that's maybe 10 grand people are drawn to. This they're drawn to. They're not drawn to the flash Harry things. Folks can relate to this, and like, that's the big deal. If I see this, I have this big smile on my face if I see it in the road. I wave or I put the thumbs up, because somebody's brave enough to own it, to drive it, and to use it like the owner's currently doing, or had been doing, on a daily basis, even if it is just to go get milk, even if it is just to go to the shops. And the advantage with this, to me, is these suicide doors. I'm going to have to get in the back. I really am. So elegantly. Oh, you could sleep in here. Ah, you could. Because the seats are quite sprung and supportive. And it's real comfortable. And you have seat belts for whatever good they would be, because you will be going quite slow. But yeah, look at that with suicide doors. Fab. But you can see down, I mean, it is going to need paint work. This is a project. It's a running project, is how we would describe it. You can take it away and use it, like I said. I mean, the doors would need adjusted. There's corrosion in lots of places, but it's a big old tank. I mean, the front valance there on the inner wing is corroded away. I'm looking forward to getting our lift in next month, so we'll be able to get the cars up and see underneath them properly. But be fair here, folks, as I said, it's $1,000 to $2,000 plus the fees. It's not gonna break the bank. What a starter motor it would be for someone young or old that wants to take on a little bit of a project. And that rubber needs adjusted. I noticed that yesterday. Well, that would be one of the first things you would have to do, because it needs put back into place. There we go. See how close? See? Perfect. Rear arch. It's a bit crap. But it's got beautiful Rover wheel trims on. I mean, the steering wheel is gorgeous. There's lots of chrome on it. I don't think there's actually any chrome missing. I mean, the front and back bumpers, back one's certainly painted, the front one really would do with being painted. But the window chrome is all present. Yeah, I actually don't see any missing chrome there at all. So, I mean, look, what a bonus that is. That all the metal works on the car. Just do a quick bit of video here to show underneath the engine, the bonnet. There's different bits and pieces that have been upgraded. Showing the dynamo there. I mean, they're not new, but you can see that they've been done. To do with the electrics and the alternator and different bits and pieces. I think I did do a bit on the interior on the video. It's an oxblood finish. Look, there's work to be done, isn't there? But it doesn't stop you enjoying it now. I mean, even just sitting in this of an afternoon and reading a book would be an interesting way to while away the days. You know? Parked in your garage. The world just going about its business and you just enjoying your own peace and quiet. I don't know, there's a sense of serenity about that appeals. But look at the steering wheel. I mean, just beautiful. It makes a... maybe when the ignition's on. And speaking of ignition, we will try that. Because I'll let you have a listen to the engine running. Straight on. Quick turn of the key, straight up. It does sound like there's a little miss in it, you can hear it. But as I said, come on. To be fair with a car like this, a more modern thing could have a coil pack that's running off a cylinder. So we'll give what, almost 60 years old, a bit of a wide ball with that. And say, good on you mate, you're still running. You know? Cheers. The petrol tank, let's see, there we go, I believe is the original petrol tank, because I've seen one of these recently and it didn't have the original tank on it. That's it under there. Where am I going? So some spares, a couple of headlights, a workshop manual. That's bloody handy to have. Some chrome surrounds, the jack, the starting crank is there. The novelty of that alone for me is immense. Let's see. It seems to all be there. Is it under here then? No, that's the back of the seats. I've had a wee bit of a look underneath here, and that is the original filler. Which is, again, should be original, I would presume, because it's all around the boot. And that's the original tank underneath there. Now the number plate, I haven't seen the V5 yet. If the V5 shows that the number plate is transferable, somebody has another little bonus with 750 to £1,000. Maybe a bit more to the right person. So we can't guarantee it. Call it a Brucey bonus if you want to. A 3x3 English plate, dateless. Excellent. Nobody's going to say no to that. Thank you very much. And worst case scenario, you buy the car and it's a lovely plate that's on it. But we will inform you of that beforehand, whether it stays with the car or it can be transferred off. But the current seller is selling it as is. Car goes as is, complete with the plate. Thanks very much, guys. Guides 1 to 2000.